technology, a child's exposure to technology should never be predicated on an ability to afford it. Okay, there's no reason that the next computer programmer has to have a Westlake address, you know.
Right.
And you're a pretty smart girl. I've seen your records. So you ready?
Yeah.
You ready to see what you have? Okay. Well, let's take a look. Now, from the looks of the case, you'd think, oh man, he brought me a piece of junk. Well, let's see what's inside this case. Huh? Let's see. So now you saw the laptop that George's daughter had, right?
Right.
Okay, so it was kind of, well, do you think it's anything like that?
No.
Go ahead and open it up.
Open it up all the way. I'm not smiling in your face, girl.
I like it.
You hadn't
Yeah,
even seen the
take it.
inside.
Take it out. Take it out.
So you'll be able to use the bag that I gave you for somebody else, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That computer's shot.
Okay. Well, we didn't know. I mean, we bought it, and it's like we've been trying everything.
Sweetie, it doesn't matter. There's how you open it up, right?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
This is an Acer TravelMate 8210. All right, it's the top of the line that Acer makes.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get a better computer. All right, you think you can figure out how to turn it on? Now, let me explain something to you about what we put on these computers.
Okay.
We do not use Microsoft Windows.
Okay.
We refuse to use Microsoft Windows because it's not free software. Now, when I say free, I'm not talking about as in cost, although it is free in cost. When you buy a computer and it has Microsoft Windows on it, in the first place, never forget you have paid for that software. It's written into the cost of the computer. We call that the Microsoft tax. See, because trying to get a computer, well, it's getting better, but as of a couple of years ago, or even as little as a year ago, you couldn't buy a computer without Windows on it.
Right.
See, and here's what free software means. If there's something in Windows that you do not like, and you actually know how to code, how to do things, you can't change that. You have to accept what that company gives you. Right? Number one, you don't own that. When you if you go out and buy a copy of Windows, you don't own that. You lease it. If you ever read, if you ever read,
Oh, Martha. He's got Baylor. That's my son, Nathan.
Hi, how you doing?
Baylor
man?
University.
Is that where you're going to go to school? I kind of thought so. Okay, now, we have wireless networks available.
Okay.
Okay, we don't know where. Do you have wireless in the house?
He's trying to hook it up to his computer, but I don't know if it's working.
Well, apparently it is.
Oh.
So let me finish. Let me finish telling you about.
Okay.
We're going to get to this in a minute. Don't get excited. Okay. So Microsoft has decided you get the software that they decide you get. Okay. If you don't like Internet Explorer, you cannot uninstall it because it's tied into the system. All right. The code is closed. Even, let's say Martha takes a class in C+, all right, she says, well, I want to change this. I don't like the way it looks. You can't do it. It's technically called GNU Linux, all right?
Okay.
But like a Chevrolet is a Chevy, I don't call it a Chevrolet every time, right? So I shorten it down to Linux. GNU is actually the software that Richard Stallman, who is the father of free software, that's his project. All right.
Oh, okay.
So by calling it GNU Linux, we're giving Richard the rich attention he deserves. All right. But however, that is a little clumsy, you know. So when I just call it Linux, I'm not being disrespectful to Richard or his efforts. I'm being lazy. Okay. So when I say Linux, that's what I mean. Linux code is open. Anybody can look at it. Anybody can change it as long as it's written under a license called the GPL, right? And it can be passed on. If I make a change to the code, I pass it on and I improve it. That's why Linux is great because it's actually the best operating system involved. The Pentagon uses it, the United States Army uses it, schools of Baylor University uses it, by the way. So, and I did check. Linux is just the very best choice because it's free. I brought you disks. You can make copies of it. By the way, this has a burner. Okay, so you can pass it on to your friends. And we're going to look at a live disc here in just a minute. Okay. Well, let's get this plugged in so we don't run out of batteries.